Welcome to the Blitz review of SIGNALIS. Now, first, the spoiler-free section. The game is very good. It's one of those games that definitely sticks with you, probably for many, many years to come once you finish it. It has a great story, and to be honest, focus on this game as a story game. If you want to hear or experience an interesting, unique story, and a very interesting story, which you can read into for hours on end, this is a very good game. The soundtrack, the game design, the gameplay loop, and let's say the visuals, everything just complement the story in a very good way. I feel like it achieves what it wants to do quite well, and I don't have any specific issues with it. The only thing to keep in mind is if you saw this and you think it's like a survival horror type thing, it's not. It's definitely more story driven. Combat is there, but it's not the main focus of this game. So definitely, I would say definitely give this game a shot. It's quite unique at what it does. It has a very good story to say. And you know, it will stick with you. Once you're finished with the game, you will either get back to it or you will just keep remembering it for many, many years in the future. Now, with that being said, time to head into more details and spoiler territory, so your final warning. Woo. All right, so the story is very tragic, to be completely honest. Like, if I had to sum up everything in one sentence, my mind didn't fully comprehend, like, between them getting lost in this mission and then getting the terrible news at 3,000 cycles right after that celebration and the dance. Such a heartbreaking thing, and you know, the desperation that came afterwards and the promise that they had to make, which is at the end, you know, took me a while. I was like, what was the promise? What was the promise? The promise to kill basically the other so that they leave existence at the same time, let's put it this way, is quite a heavy promise. You think it's really good. What I really like is that the game sort of starts you off with a feeling, or at least for me personally, that the promise is to find someone or to rescue someone. And while in reality both of them are true, you need to find somebody and you need to rescue somebody. What becomes evident, the rescue is you have to rescue them from this torment that they're in. The rescue is taking their lives, and the hardship and finding them, and the reason why everything cycled back is because at the first time you couldn't keep your promise. It's such a heavy theme. Of course, I looked up at a bit of more of the story and the different endings after I finished, although I got the promise ending. Surprisingly, I believe, after looking at the other endings, I believe that's the right one, even though it's quite bitter compared to the artifact ending. I have a feeling that this is the one. This is the ending that is right for the story. And to be completely honest, I don't think there is a definitive ending to this game, which makes it very, very good. It's really like an art piece. I really like those types of games. That specifically attracted me are those story games which tackle sometimes darker subjects. Something that is, you know, attracting me is all the sadness and, you know, the terrible romance stories and everything. That definitely attracts me, but I also like stories which are open left for interpretation. There are some key things that you still need to consider, still understand if this makes sense or not. Now, the game itself, not bad, although I got confused at some of the parts, so, you know, but overall the experience definitely resonates with you. It stays with you. I'm so happy that I stumbled upon this game. I didn't expect this. I was expecting more like a survival horror type of thing, to be completely honest with you, from the quick video at the Steam page and all that. But I'm glad I got into this. So, hell, I'm not gonna give any game that I review in this Blitz review series any score out of 10. To be honest, this is unfair, in my opinion, both to the creators and to the art that they have created. This is a very good game. The story is very good, very tragic, and although my mind doesn't fully comprehend it, as I said, my heart does understand. My heart really got the point, I would say. And hell, down the line, I will still keep coming back to this game, still thinking about it, still thinking of either the tragedy of it, the beauty of it, or, you know, lock my memory to those sides where it was happy. The dance sequence, such a good moment in this game, which when you finish the game, it hits even harder. It just fucks you with your head. So yeah, but great game overall. That's all there is to it. Great game, art piece, open to interpretation, open to any ending that you basically choose by playing the way you do. And hopefully the developers make some more games like that. It was really quite the experience. It was really quite pleasant to play it. So yeah, well, that's it. This is, by the way, just to wrap things up, since this is going to be the first Blitz review, even though there was another one planned before this. From now on, every game that I finish, I'm just going to give this quick review about, so that, first of all, I have some impressions right after I finish the whole game, and second of all, there is just some feedback in general for people who are curious about the game. I think it makes more sense, and I'm trying to keep it as brief as possible. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for sticking by. Hopefully you enjoyed either my playthrough or you picked up Signalis yourself and played it, which, even if you watched me, you should pick up the game and play it yourself. It's much better when you play through it, when you experience it, when you are in the shoes of that Elster unit. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye.